What is going on, you guys? Jeff Ashton back with another Mustang video, and today we are going live and I am giving you an update on the install, on where I'm at with the 2016 GT right here. So I'm going to give you an update, let you know what I've done so far and why it's taken so long to get another video out for you guys. So I'm going to flip around real quick so that you guys can see where we are at. And basically what is going down is I'm doing a full installation video for the Whipple itself, as well as the oil pump gears and the crankshaft sprocket gear. So filming this has been definitely something that's taking a lot of extra time to make sure I'm recording every single step along the way. So those videos are going to be a complete install breakdown, and the editing on that is going to be quite a bit because there is a ton of clips. I have about 5.5 hours of footage that I've recorded so far on this. But anyways, on to where we are currently at on the install. Right now, I just got the oil pump gears back in, the updated or the upgraded billet ones from MMR that are in there. They're installed, ready to go. I got the new crankshaft sprocket gear installed right down here. And I got the car back in time, going through the Ford service manual procedure. So we are looking really, really good. And I wanted to do this update video so you guys would know where I'm currently at, and also to kind of let you guys know that how the process has been so far. And to be completely honest, it's been really, really straightforward. And there hasn't been any major hiccups or anything like that. I am going to be doing a separate video on what to look out for. You know, certain little things that you could get caught up on during the install process that might take a little bit longer if you don't know what to do. So something to mention, probably the most difficult part of this process so far was the oil pump pickup tube, which you guys can see right down here. The bolt that is located right over here was a nightmare to get to. So I actually surprisingly spent more time getting it out because I had to find the right tool that I needed to get it out. But getting it back in, I thought was going to take a lot longer than it did. It only took me about 20 minutes to get the bolt back in, but I sliced up my fingers pretty good getting that bolt back in. So you guys can see how tight of a fit you're looking at to get that bolt right there without dropping the oil pan. So basically that's back in. This bolt was super easy right here, and in the video I'll show you how I did that, what the easiest way to do it was, and everything like that. So you know, we are definitely moving along. The most difficult part is basically done today. I just got over here today, so I am going to be cleaning up the surface to put the timing cover back on. And there's some gasket material here that I'm going to go ahead and wipe up with some brake cleaner and a plastic scraper, but that'll all be in the video. And yeah, let's see what else. I'll show you what else we're looking at right now. I can't go to this side of the car because the wheels are still, man, I can't do it. The wheels are exposed on that side of the car, but I've got my fans over there. I've got the fuel rail and injectors, the factory ones at least, over there, and I'll show you kind of how organized I've been. Got our factory oil pump gears right here, got the factory crankshaft sprocket gear right here, and like this video right now if you want me to do a drop test video on the factory oil pump gear. So I've seen this before on YouTube. Somebody took them and they dropped them from like waist high or whatever, so maybe I will destruct my factory 2-cent gears. What's up, David? How's it going, man? I'll try and go through some comments here too if I can. They're popping up a little bit on the screen, but anyways, yeah, like this if you want to see me drop those. Be interesting to see if they break from like waist high or not. There's the factory sprocket gear like I just showed you. And here is my table set up for the Whipple install right here. This is pretty much everything like I showed you in my unboxing video. And through this process, I've been basically bagging every single part that's a factory component. Whether I'm going to reuse it or not, I wanted to have everything set up really well so that I knew what it was and I could easily identify anything. So Everything is labeled in a Ziploc bag. I even put some diagrams on some of this stuff. But you can see all the Ziplocs that I went through, and this is just really important if you want to get everything to go as seamlessly as you can. For sure, man. Fly me out. I'll definitely organize your sock drawer. That's actually what I specialize in. It's a lot more important to get your socks organized than this stuff. This is just, you know, this stuff doesn't matter. So, what else do we got over here? Just a bunch of Whipple stuff. The Supercharger, still sitting in the box right here. Cannot wait to get it on. Show you where I'm at with everything else. I've got my valve cover set out. I got everything laid out really nice. Got the timing cover over there. Got the harmonic balancer or the crank pulley, alternator, water pump. And here is the timing cover that I just said. And I'll show you what I did for the timing cover. I did this diagram right here for the timing cover to make it very simple to know exactly where everything went back in place. What's going on, Lee? So, bumpers over here, intake manifold and all that good stuff. But besides that, you guys, everything else going very smooth. Trying to think if there's anything else that's going on here. I am going to be doing a sound tube modification to retain the sound tube so I can get a bunch of whine from the Supercharger. So I'm going to try about probably 2 or 3 different setups with that. So basically, after this is done, this thing is going to scream on the interior, and we're going to hear some of that twin screw whine. And there's basically a few different levels that you can go with that, and I'll talk more about that in some future videos, but definitely something to be excited about and look forward to. So anyways, for anybody just joining, I'm just letting you know the progress where we are at on the car. And basically got the oil pump gears in, got the crankshaft sprocket gear in, and we are going to button up the timing cover after I clean all that off and I put the new silicone in place and everything like that. The reason it's taking so long to get a video out to you guys is it is very tedious recording all of this while doing the install. The install really hasn't been that bad. The worst part about doing this installation has been the heat down here in Florida. It is brutal. It's like having like a 200-pound man on your back while you're doing the installation. So it absolutely sucks, the heat. Besides that, everything else has been really, really smooth. The temperature is really the only thing that I have to complain about. So, let me see if I got any comments to go through here. Let's see. Yeah, man, Acorn, the TVS is definitely quiet, man, and that's why I'm doing this sound tube mod. So you'll see, you know, you could probably work something out with your TVS as well to get a little bit more whine from it. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is running the sound tube to the intake box, which is over here. So once we have the intake box installed, I can't see, let's see the direction. On this side, we'll be putting using a hole saw to cut a hole. I believe that's the right side looking at it from here. And running the sound tube into the intake box. The pickup, Tom, the pickup tube bolt was actually, it was the worst part, but it wasn't, I actually found it easier to get the bolt back in. Well, it wasn't easier, but I got lucky and the bolt went in about 20 minutes. So I sliced my fingers up, but I did get that bolt back in, so very fortunate that it didn't take hours, because I could very easily see that taking a lot longer than it did. So we're definitely in a good place right now, and I'm hoping early next week I can get an edit out on the teardown process, kind of going through the step-by-step. But again, it really wasn't difficult at all to pull everything apart. I would just say the most important thing when you're doing it is going to be making sure that you follow the Ford service manual when you are doing the oil pump gears, because you want to make sure this car stays in time. I did not want to have to retime it, and following the Ford service manual made this a heck of a lot easier. Everything was very, very simple, so that's definitely some good news if you do decide to do this. If any of you are considering doing your own oil pump gears, it's not that bad. So let's see. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, man, trying to stay as organized as possible, and it's definitely a task. I've been cleaning up after pretty much everything. Even my work area over here is relatively clean, so nothing too much out of place. Manicorn. So as far as customer car stuff, in the future, I am looking to kind of go that route and do some installs here, but I would want to hire a tech since I just don't have time to do all of that stuff. And Marty, yes, I will be swapping out the drive shaft. I haven't decided on what drive shaft I'm going to go with, but that is very, very shortly after the supercharger is complete. I'm going to be swapping out the drive shaft as well as the half shafts and the clutch. So those are some areas that I'm going to be addressing very quickly, because I do plan to track the car. I still haven't got my JMS wheels on, but I'm going to be looking for a lightweight 6-piston setup that will look good behind these wheels that I've got hidden over here. I'm so tempted to show you guys, but I can't do it. Can't do it. So besides that, trying to see if we got anything else going on. It's really going to be probably a few more days before I have this thing up and running. I'm thinking probably, depending on how much time I spend on it tonight, realistically, I'm hoping for Tuesday at the rate that I'm going with filming. So, thanks, Wood. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody here that's kind of followed the install. I really appreciate you guys watching along the way and giving your input on everything. So, shout out to all you guys that have been subscribers here for a while now. I appreciate you guys taking the time to follow the channel, and anybody that messages me on Instagram, I appreciate that as well. I like talking to you guys. It's always a bunch of fun. So that's why I'm doing the live stream now. I thought it'd be a better way to kind of interact with you guys a little bit more and have some fun here. So for the brake setup, I did, I'm still on the Brembos right now, boss, but basically I have a 4-piston setup that I'm prepping right now. So I have them sanded and everything. They're hidden in this box right here. You'll see them all kind of, they're hidden down there, but it's basically prepped for paint. But what I decided I may do is look for a 6-piston setup that will clear the brake, or clear the track wheels that I have. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. Thanks, Christopher. I appreciate it, man. And 4-valve life, the install is going to be slightly different. So a lot of the teardown is going to be the same, but I believe the timing procedure itself is what's going to be different. So I would definitely find the Ford service manual for the 11 to 14s, because it is slightly different on the install on those. Thanks, Lee. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I try to respond to as many people as I can in the comment section, because I really, really like the community that we have going on here and talking to you guys. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to comment, and I feel, that I should definitely be commenting back if you're going to take the time and, put your 2 cents in, because you're following the channel, and, I really appreciate it. So you guys are all awesome, man. Alpha, shout out, man. You got it, man. Cam it. Show you the tires? I'll show you some tires from behind. Let's see if we can get a shot. I gotta be careful not to show. Ah! Here's the stance from behind. Maybe we'll go a little bit of lip action here. Lighting is not good. Let's see if we get a light under here. Oh, I think I just showed him a little bit. I couldn't, you might have gotten a glance there. I'll give you that if you saw it. So that's what we're looking at on the tire setup. Nice little 345 action. Thanks, Nader. There you go. There's a little bit. Oh, I'm letting you see him a little bit. Can I zoom? Oh, I'm giving you guys a little tease. So that is the new wheel setup right there. We'll get it full shot, guys, later on. So I'm feeling bad, so I'm kind of giving you a little bit of a taste of what they look like. But car's lifted up a little bit, so Right now it's just lifted up slightly higher. That's why there's more gap than usual. But I may swap out my exhaust tips. I likely am going to swap them out to some polished tips. Let me know what you think about that. It's not Forged Stars. Not Forged Stars. The rear is lowered. It looks higher than it is right now because it's on the lift, Carlos. So it's lowered on BMR performance springs on the rear, which is the 8.1 or 8.2, I forget which number. And then the front are the SP089s. Let me know what you guys think about. I thought about quad tips. I don't know. I really like the single tip look though, honestly. But I thought about the Roush rear valence and then doing the Corsa quads because it's not very expensive to switch to that setup since I already have the Corsa catback. Andrew, as far as long tubes, I don't know when I'm planning to do long tubes because basically with the Whipple tune or the Whipple calibration, you cannot run long tubes and they will not send a revision, and it has to do with California emissions. So I really want to stay running the Whipple tune for a while, and then until I switch, I don't know what tune I would go with. It would likely be down the road if I went E85 because the Whipple tune has awesome drivability, and that's one of the main reasons I chose it. And I really like my exhaust setup now on top of that, and I'm going to be making plenty of power without long tubes. So I could always do that down the road, but I would need to have a tuning solution for that. But it would likely be if I went E85 down the road, then I would do long tubes. So Zeke, the wheels are forged. It's a two-piece setup that I went with. I mean, I'm absolutely in love with the wheels. They are by far my favorite wheels that I've ever owned. It's got to be, I have to say it's a dream wheel because I've never owned a set of wheels that are this nice, and I cannot wait to show them to you guys completely. I agree, Daniel. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I think the polished tips definitely will break it up better, how I have some silver or chrome or silver, whatever you want to call it, accents like the 5.0 emblems. And you'll see it'll tie in, the polished tips are going to tie in really nicely with what I did on the wheel selection. So let's see. Interesting, Boosted. I heard otherwise, so I'll have to contact them and see what they say about that. It's a 345, Christopher, in the back. Yeah, David, I'm gonna have to organize a break-in burnout. I just saw your comment up there. I need to do a break-in kind of burnout. I might do it on my track wheels over there, do a nice burnout or something like that. Have fun with it. See what happens. I agree, Tom. I don't think it's necessary to swap them out. I'm already going to be very close. If not, I'm going to be right around 700 wheel, depending on the dyno, I would think, with the pulley size that I'm running. Sean, I probably will do a dyno video at some point. I'm not really concerned about dyno numbers as much as I am about track times, but it's always good to have that baseline to make sure you know everything's right with the car. So I'll probably do a baseline on a dyno jet at some point and get that for you guys. I'll definitely have it recorded and let you guys know the numbers. So we'll have to do a guess. I'm guessing right around 700 wheel. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think it's gonna make on the dyno? So we're the stage 2 Whipple setup is what I went with. And I'm guessing the high 600s. It's the 3.625 pulley. So I can run 93 or 91. I basically upgraded one pulley size from the standard stage 2 kit. So yeah, let's go ahead and start it. Let's see what happens. Who wants to see me start that? Yeah, no chance. Alpha, I will not be doing cams in the future. Do it, David. 708 from Christopher Morris. I'll have to come back. Well, I don't think you can check comments. I don't know why YouTube doesn't let you check comments after, because I'd be interested to see who gets it closest or if somebody guesses the number that this thing makes. But I'm guessing high 600s. I cannot wait. I cannot wait, Manicorn. It's going to be a ton of fun. A ton of fun. And one other thing I want to mention is I'm really taking my time on this too, between the filming and the install. And it makes it so much more fun if you step back and actually enjoy the install, because while you have some stuff that gets really irritating, and probably the most irritating part was definitely that pickup tube bolt, because I was slicing up my fingers while installing it. I was definitely cursing up a storm as my fingers were getting sliced on that. But, you know, if you take your time and just enjoy it, it's really a lot of fun. So that's one thing I have to say, is this process has not been bad, and it's definitely been one of my favorite installs so far. So so we got some numbers coming in. 520, 540. I hope it's more than 520, 540. Or are you guessing the torque number only? Close to 700, 670 torque. I think that might be a little high. 716, 686. I'm interested. I don't know what the torque numbers are going to be like exactly. I don't have a guess on the torque number. 720, 715. It's going to be interesting. Now I think I'm obligated to get that dyno video out pretty soon. So I'll probably drive it a little bit and then get it on a dyno, put out a solid video with that. It'll be fun to kind of go through that and see. The first install video is hopefully going to be probably Monday or Tuesday. I'm thinking on the install video, the first one. I'm trying to finish the install first, because I don't know how I want to format everything yet, because I'm probably going to have the first video as a teardown. The second video might do the actual oil pump gears itself, which is still a part of the teardown process. So I'm still working on how I'm going to format that, but I want it to be as informative and helpful to anybody considering doing the oil pump gears and stuff like that themselves, because I know that it's not going to be like all my other videos. This is really going to be more of an informative video that might not be for everybody. So, you know, I hope you guys appreciate it. I know it's going to be a little bit different. Maybe you guys will really enjoy the in-depth kind of install process, but it's really going to be more of a how-to kind of way for the people considering, and as a reference point. I don't want people to use it solely as how to do it, even though you could very well do it. But you know, I give some really good tips on what you should have in place in order to do it, you know, such as the Ford service manual stuff, which is a must-have in order to do this install. Yeah, David, eventually I may go E85, but being at 700 wheel initially, if I can hit a 10-second quarter-mile time, you know, I'll be happy with that. And then maybe down the road, I'll get a little bit more complacent and want to upgrade to some E85, and I'm sure that could easily happen. And I think, yes, Chima, I am going to try and smoke some Hellcats. Hopefully at the track, get some videos of that. But I will be kind of going through the process of my track build-up at Orlando Speed World. So I will be running this thing there once I have my clutch, my half shafts, and drive shaft in place. And I'll kind of document that for you guys, because I don't have a ton of experience driving at the track. And I've never ran a bias ply setup, which I have hidden over there somewhere. So it's going to be interesting. I haven't done too much racing at the drag strip. I've done some stuff with my S197 when it was NA on drag radials. I ran this thing a couple times, but nothing too crazy. So I'll bring that stuff to you guys, and hopefully I can drive this thing. Otherwise, you guys can make fun of me. Tell me how bad of a driver I am. Mr. K down. Paxtons are nice. That's what, or sorry, that's a Vortec on the blue one. Paxton makes some good kits too. I know. Morbid, yes. The unboxing, I had a ton of fun unboxing that thing. That was definitely an exciting day getting that done. And Daniel, I plan to really, yes, definitely beat the Hellcats. What's up, Kyle? Thanks for joining the live stream, man. Install total, Jay, I really don't know a good way to put the install time, because filming has really hindered my outlook on how I could say this, how long this actually took, because it's really added a lot of extra to the install itself by having the camera here. Now, Ashley has been helping me a ton with the filming. She's going to be heading back over here soon, and that's really what's been taking the most time. So on the Whipple itself, they say 10 to 12 hours on the install, which is not accurate for somebody doing it the first time, in my opinion. I would personally double that to, I would say, about 20 to 22 hours on the install of the Whipple itself, if it's your first time. You know, I haven't even gotten to the install part yet, so I'm just guesstimating right now, but that's what I would say, is to double it if it's your first time, and that's just more realistic, because you're always going to come across stuff that you haven't seen before, especially, you know, I haven't torn a Coyote motor down before, so this is my first time doing it, and I wanted to take my time. But, you know, besides that, it was pretty simple, but it's always good to leave that extra time in there. So, you know, I'm not going to lie about how long it actually took and say I finished it in like 8 hours or some stupid stuff like that. So it's definitely a process. You want to take your time, but the oil pump gears add additional time on top of that. While doing the Whipple install, you guys are going to see this in the video, I basically got to step 60 on the install, and then I realized that was the perfect stopping point for me to start going ahead and removing the valve covers and the timing cover and all that good stuff, because basically by starting the Whipple install, it started the oil pump gear process as well. So you're kind of killing two birds with one stone while doing it. So not too bad. I'll take out some Camaros too, Manicorn. Yeah, and I'm hoping for Tuesday on finish date, realistically, because I'm not spending massive amounts of time, you know, between doing the install. I probably spent maybe 5 realistic hours yesterday actually working on the car. There was a lot of filming and stuff too, so that was about what I actually spent working on the car. The drift project, I'm still working on that. I did almost have a car in Tampa, and that ended up kind of falling through, and I was actually supposed to be at a drift event. I was planning on this weekend going to the Orlando one, but I felt like this install was more important, and the timeline with this kind of just meshed too well with that to be able to do both at the same time. So I will definitely be still doing the drift build. It's probably just going to be pushed back a little bit further than initially expected. So besides the injectors, Caleb, I'm doing a booster pump, which is going to be more than adequate for the power level that I'm at. I do not need to upgrade the fuel system any further than that until I go E85. So I have a JMS booster pump that I'll be adding, and then I have the 72-pound, I can never pronounce this name, Deutschwerks, I think is the name, 72-pound Deutschwerks injectors. I don't want to blow it up. That's another good reason to run the Whipple tune, is it's got a lot of safety features built in, so I don't want to blow it up. I really don't want to blow it up, but you know, if it happens, it happens. I don't think it will. That's, you know, the idea behind doing the oil pump gears and the crankshaft sprocket, but the S197 isn't that slow, Chima. What else do we got in here? Thanks, Jay. I really appreciate you watching, man. Nice boosted. Yeah, you could definitely, if I wasn't filming, this is definitely a two-day project if you wanted to get both. If you worked 2 full straight days, you could probably get the you could get the timing, you could get the crankshaft gear and the oil pump gears done, as well as the supercharger install. I definitely think that's possible. If I did this again and I wasn't filming, it would be a heck of a lot easier, especially because I know every single step even better than I did before. So it's really something that would be a lot easier the second time around too. So the sound tube, Steven, is basically going to use the factory, well, it's going to use the factory one initially, the factory sound tube, and that's just going to drop into the air box, and basically that's going to emit, it's going to pull the sound from the intake into the cabin, and it's going to basically give me that twin screw whine inside the cabin, which I want to hear, because after bolting this thing on, I don't want it to be quiet inside the car. I want to hear that whine. Salvador, I'm thinking close to 700 wheel. Close to 700 wheel. The sway bar is a Steeda sway bar, and that thing was a nightmare to put in. And it was very, you can see how scratched up it got putting it in. But basically, when everything else was in here and all the coolant hoses and everything like that were in place, that thing was a beast to get in there and fit through there. So very kind of annoying to install that thing. I probably wouldn't recommend doing it, to be honest. I didn't see that much of a difference in handling. Purchase. Do it, Z28, man. The Whipple's definitely a sick setup, man. Definitely a sick setup. Put Supercharger on the next one. Paul will definitely be doing a dyno video. You'll like the Supercharger, Kenny. It's definitely a good system too, man. Good choice on doing the oil pump gears and the crank sprocket at the same time. Yeah, boosted. So I've been actually talking with Sean, who actually is where I came up with the idea to do my sound tube mod in the first place. And I'm going to be doing all 3 different setups likely. I don't know. I'm going to start with a stage 1 setup, and we're going to run that. And then we're going to go to a stage 2 if it's not enough, and then so on. So you will see Sean's sound tube mod on here for sure. Where's the coffee at? Dude, I need some coffee. I did stop. I got I switched it up a little bit. I got a refresher from Starbucks, and you're making me want coffee again, though. So I do have that, I have that inside. I'm not well, Whipple wants you to actually plug the sound tube. I forget how the Roush system works, but you could still route your own sound tube and make something yourself if you wanted something for the Roush. I don't see why you couldn't do that. It's basically just a line going into the cabin, and basically with the stage 2 sound tube mod, you would be drilling into the firewall, and that's another option you have too if you wanted more whine. So I'll be doing more videos on that as well. It's going to be a ton of fun kind of showing that. No problem, Steven. Yeah, but I definitely think you could add your own on the Roush. It wouldn't be a problem. You could figure out, but I don't think anybody's done that. I've only seen it done on the Whipple cars. I don't know who would not want more whine. Let's just put it that way. Mark, I do possibly, I don't know if I'm going to run E85 or not. It's going to be something I'm going to play by ear. Coffee! Uh-oh, I think Ashley's getting coffee now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Thanks, guys. Who said coffee? Who said coffee first? You just totally, I think, hooked me up with some coffee, man. Ashley's going to pit stop before she stops over here, and we're going to pick up on filming. You'll take a macchiato, David? For sure, man. I'll tell Ashley to pick it up right now. Bandit, GM guy at heart, love American muscle. Glad to see that you like everything. I mean, even if you're a GM guy, there's nothing wrong with liking Ford stuff. I like GM stuff too. There's nothing wrong with it. Not gonna see me hate too much. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. The competition is always good, and it makes these manufacturers put out better stuff. So it's always good to have competition. But you can always admire other stuff at the same time. Show you the wheels. I gave a little peek. If you go back when this post, I showed a pretty solid peek of the wheels, Jeffrey. Pretty solid peek. Like the name, by the way. Alexander, I don't think I could take a V6. Don't think so. There are some sleeper V6s, man, I'll tell you that. You can make those things quick. Don't count them out. Dylan, that's how I open this up. Another Mustang video, man. 718, 720, 93 out there. Yeah, Kenny, that's the plan, man. I want to stay with 93. I want to run this Whipple tune as much as I can. I think I'm going to be very, very happy. The drivability with the Whipple tune is unlike any other kit, in my opinion, and that's why I want to stay with it. I want the car to drive like stock until I mash that freaking pedal and hear that whine screaming inside the cabin. So that is the plan initially. I hope I don't want more, but that's sometimes nature of the game. We'll see. Red Bull. No, I like Red Bull. I do like Red Bull. I'm all about that sugar-free Red Bull, but I think the Bucks would get it done quicker. It gives me something beyond wings. Cindy does need to get back to work. I had to update you guys. I feel so bad I wasn't getting a video out that I'm like, let's go live, let you guys know where I'm at. So anybody just joining, oil pump gears are in, crankshaft sprockets on. We are in time. We are making really good progress. Timing cover is going to go back on shortly here. So good progress. We'll jump off here soon. I'll see if I can get through a couple more comments real quick. I think the best part about E85 905 is the smell. I freaking love the smell of E85. Oh my gosh. It's like heavenly. That's my favorite part. Besides the extra, I don't even care about the extra power. I'm just kidding. I do care about the extra power, but the smell is amazing. Yes, I will watch out for Scooter. So Z28, I think Tuesday is hopefully the target date realistically. Monday, tomorrow, I really want to dedicate a full day to working on this. So even today is not even going to be as much time as I wanted it to be, but I am going to dedicate probably all of tomorrow and hopefully Tuesday to getting it done. I should be able to, between that and the filming, I should be able to get it done by then, I think. See what else we got here. I'm gonna run the factory 520 to start. I'm not sure what the recommended. I think Whipple still recommends the 520. So that's what I'm gonna start with. But I may reach out to a couple more people and see what they're running. What kind of coffee? Cold brew all day, Marco. Get the cold brew, man. Definitely get the cold brew. You can't go wrong with it. Yeah, don't blow your car up unless you want to fix it, Manicorn. Daniel, the TVS setups are sweet, man. I'm just not a fan of their tunes, and I've had people come at me for saying that, but it's realistic. I've actually driven those cars, and the Roush Phase 2, I don't want to delve too much into it. I don't like talking, negatively about other companies, but I just wasn't happy with. I didn't think it was the greatest in the world, and that's about it. So it's still a conservative tune. I believe it's a very rich tune, from what I'm told. And personally, it just wasn't for me. I think you should definitely go with a custom tune if you go with a Roush setup. That's just my opinion. So take it for what it's worth. Definitely can make a lot more power. Do the oil pump gears, do the crankshaft sprocket, and make more power. Blow the doors off Andrew's Cobra. We'll have to run him at the track. I'm not a street racer, so we'll definitely have to make that happen at the track. We'll line that up with him for sure. Oh, Derek, I'm gonna send it. Hopefully not into a tree or anything. I think I definitely slipped up before. I don't know how much I showed on the first little slip up when I kind of went that direction, but the wheels almost got completely exposed. So I'll have to look at that replay and see what we got shown, because I gave a pretty solid hint for anybody just joining on the wheels. I gave a nice look at it if you want to go back in the live stream and watch that. Caramel Frappuccino from Starbucks, Alexander. Dude, I'm not disagreeing with that either, man. We're talking coffee, though. Coffee. Frappuccino, that's a whole nother ball game, man. That's a whole nother ball game. On your 2014, I would look at some iBox setups or BMR setups. Rondell. Both are pretty good. End goal power-wise, one hand is pretty much right around 700 wheel. Anywhere around there. And it's really not the power number I'm looking for. If I could, for track times, quarter mile, if I can break into the 10s, that's really about it. I'm not very, I'm not looking for a specific number on power. So if I don't hit 700, it's not a big deal at all. Dun, 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 dun. Daniel, a lot cheaper. I am using just standard microfiber cloths. They're like the low, I don't even know what you call it, low pile, so it doesn't have a lot of the actual microfibers. So I didn't want too much because I didn't want it shedding while I'm covering the cams. So I got those hiding under here. And basically, you do not want any foreign material going anywhere into your car, because that is instant fail. Instant fail. So you're trying to keep this as clean as possible during the install. Wheel and tire size is going to be 19 by 11.5 in the rear, and then 19 by 10 in the front. The rear's got the 345 back there. I did get my calibration from Whipple. Well, not the calibration. I got the voucher, and basically all I have to do is use the voucher number to download my calibration. So I should have it already. I just have to download it off their server. Thanks, Aziz. I appreciate you watching the videos from Saudi Arabia, man. That's awesome. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Lucas, suspension stuff. So I've already got some the cradle lockout from BMR, and I have got, what else do I have? Steeda vertical link so far. So that's a start. We'll see what happens at the track, see how we do with traction. I'm going to be running the drag radials on the street, and then I'm going to be running the bias ply setup at the track. S550, Jose, I would recommend Eibach or BMR for lowering springs. I'm on BMR myself. I've got some spring setups on the website too if you want to check them out. I need to add some more BMR stuff on there as well. I am a retailer for them as well, so check the site out if you haven't seen it yet. Oh, that answered both your questions. Both asked about springs. Yeah, BMR or Eibach. So Ricky, with an email tune from Lund, basically you're going to be data logging and sending files back and forth, so it should be very reliable with whatever tuner you go with if they do their job right, because you're basically giving them information by data logging and sending that file over to them each time to get it right. So if you do your part, they should do their part and get you the right tune. So I don't think you should expect any issues if you go with a reputable tuner. Oh no, congrats on the car, Daniel. 7-year warranty, man. that would want to stop me from doing a supercharger for sure if you added that. Thanks, David. I definitely will have to do more of these. I appreciate you giving the feedback on it. I'll definitely take that into consideration and do more of these. Definitely helps when you guys give feedback like that, so I know what stuff you guys like the most, what type of content. And that's why, like, I asked on this Whipple series, what you guys wanted to see, and everybody kept saying in depth. So I hope, the videos are really helpful when I actually release those, because I really tried to document every single step along the way. And it's definitely going to be time-consuming editing that, like I mentioned. Oh, 905, it fits just perfectly. The 345, if you have the correct offsets in there, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. No rubbing or anything. So, and I am lowered. Maybe next year, truth be told, I might go to Texas 2K. Maybe next year. I want to do some road trips with this thing. I don't know what. I think it would be fun to take this thing somewhere. I would really love to go West Coast with this thing. That would be a plan of mine. Even though it would put a crap ton of miles on the car, I think it would be a ton of fun taking this thing to the West Coast. So Ashley's not as big of a road tripper as me, but I think that would be a blast. I could be in this thing all day. All day. I think Gabe is right about the warranty. I think they can give that back to you at a prorated amount, like you mentioned. I have heard that. I haven't decided, Carlos. Aluminum or carbon fiber. One or the other. I'll let you know. Haven't fully decided on that yet. Thanks, Manicorn. What's up, Blue Boy? South Texas. I like Texas. I haven't been there in a while, but I do like Texas. Yep. And Daniel, so the warranty, that's something we can talk about here. The warranty with Roush, so it's a powertrain warranty, and this is something a lot of people don't understand, is the warranty is actually through Roush, and they have a liability up to $10,000. I don't know if it's the exact same on their actual Roush cards themselves, but if you buy a Roush kit, secondary, like after you purchased your car, you can purchase an additional warranty for $1,000. It's like $995, and that will cover you for 3 years, but it starts from the in-service date of your car. So if you owned your car for 2 years and you buy that warranty, you only get a year of that warranty, and it's only going to be good till 36,000 miles. You don't get an additional 36,000. Whipple has something that's very, very similar to that, but it only covers up to $5,000 in liability. So I could have opted to pay $1,000 for a warranty on my Whipple, and I could say, hey, I have a warranty on my Whipple, but it only covers up to $5,000 in damages, and you're paying $1,000 for that warranty. So I didn't feel like it was worth that $1,000 to do it. And basically, you know, if something happens, it happens, I'll upgrade it, but, you know, I just didn't think it was worth the extra money to do that. And their warranty works very much the same as the Roush one. I believe it's the exact same. I'm not 100% if it's 36,000 miles from the in-service date or whatnot, but that is how that works. So it's actually not warranties through Ford itself. It's through Roush and through Whipple. You know, they have their own underwriters that do that. I'm sure they work with an insurance company or something, so they don't take that loss. So I'm not sure if that's in-house or what. Kelvin, I just felt like, you know, nothing against those companies at all. I just felt like this was the best setup for me and my needs. So I did a lot of research, and this was the best all-in-one solution for me. I have no hate toward any TVS setups at all. I'm recording with a potato. Yes. No, I'm actually recording with an iPhone 7, so this should be about as good as the live stream quality would be on any YouTube video, because unless you use your computer. So how's the quality on this, guys? I'm reading that comment. Does it look like crap right now? Somebody said it looks like a potato. So let me know how this quality is so I can figure out. I don't know if it's my internet connection. That might be why it's not too good. What else do we got here? That was another thing, Jamstar, is I did not want to grind. It's not a big deal, but I didn't want to have to grind the block at all. I just did not feel like doing that. It's not a huge deal. I just felt like it was something that you shouldn't really have to do with something that is basically a factory supercharger, since Roush worked directly with Ford, and here Whipple was able to do it without it. So I agree. I don't think the warranty's worth the money. You know, the 670 kit, you know, you could easily be making, you know, way more power. I don't see the point on the 670 cars. I understand you somewhat keep your warranty, but this is just my opinion, guys. You know, anybody can have their own opinion on this topic, but, you know, when you're supercharging your car and you're bumping it up to 670, I guess if that's enough for you and that's what you want, that's fine, but you're just leaving so much power on the table on such a conservative tune, in my opinion. So why would you not just go a little bit further with it when you're spending all that money already? Nice, man. Boosted. That's awesome. 20,000 miles on the Whipple. Great to hear, man. Great to hear. Yeah, Carlos, I did not see any Whipple install videos really, and I didn't see anybody do really a detailed, I don't think I saw one oil pump gear video at all, and that's really what I wanted to do with this, was make this more informative on the install. And again, that's why it's taken so long to get this content out or get this install done, is recording everything, making sure I have every single step. I mean, this is going to be pretty detailed, or very detailed, not pretty detailed, very detailed. Thanks, Lucas, for letting me know that, because I got scared when somebody said it looks like a potato. Thank you, guys. Awesome. Decent quality. It's got to be the connection. Yeah. I'm on Wi-Fi, too, so that's even more weird. Damn Spectrum. I hate cable companies, by the way. Lagging a bit. It's got to be connection. Quality is perfect for some, crap for some. Sorry, guys, if it's not. Looks like we're 50-50 on that. Exactly, man. Mod or die, fuck a warranty. Oh, that's hilarious. Let's see. Lowering kit and exhaust is first mods. What's up, Ruben? Thanks for joining the live stream, man. I know, Daniel. That's what I'm saying, man. I wanted more, man. I'm going all or nothing. And I still would consider it a relatively, you know, safe option. David, you've got Google. I wish we had Google Fiber here. We don't have that option. We're stuck with like no options here in Central Florida. Oh yeah, Manicorn, it's all in the tune on the Roush ones. That's how they want to basically make it so that they don't lose money on that warranty that they're offering. They have to be very conservative, and it makes a lot of sense from a business standpoint. They're offering a warranty. People see warranty, and they got to have it. So it makes sense for a consumer standpoint, definitely. I definitely understand what they're doing. So I'm not saying they shouldn't have that option. It's just not the option for me. That's why I said, you know, it's really opinion based on what you want and what you actually need. Maybe because I was moving around. Quality is great now. Yeah, Aiden, I'll definitely have a review. I'm going to have a ton of driving videos with this, with the initial impressions, and we're at 50 likes right now. Like this video if you want to see Ashley get behind the wheel of this thing and get her some poles. That might be an interesting video. I told her I want her to get behind the wheel at some point, but it's going to be a lot of power for her. So if we went, oh wow, we're going up quite a bit. Ashley's going to be actually maybe driving this thing. Maybe do some like third gear pulls with her. We've got some big tire back there, so man, 15 likes right off the bat for Ashley to drive it. We may have to definitely do that. Guys, I'm in a sauna right now, by the way. This is Florida humidity, no AC. I have the fans off. I should have those on, but I love you guys so much that I care more about the audio quality than the fans. So that's been the struggle with the install, is I haven't been able to have fans on because I've been using my camera setup with the microphone, and this fan over here has been useless because it will mess up my audio quality. So I'm sweating it out for you guys and anybody else that comes across those videos. But my arm, I'm showing you guys, this is the Florida heat that we're dealing with. Yeah, it's even worse in South Florida. I can feel you, man. I can feel you for sure. Even hotter down there. All right, Alexander, I appreciate you joining, man. We're about to hop off here too. I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work on this thing. You guys have been a blast to hang out with here. Alabaster, I'm thinking Tuesday. Hoping for Tuesday. I need to work on this thing all tomorrow because today I did not get anything done at all. I'm gonna try and spend a few hours on it today, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Aiden, she might come after me. She might come after me. Yeah, you're still... Alabama's pretty hot right now too, so we're a little bit more south, so we definitely have the worst of it right now. But when all the people up north are complaining about winter and we have great weather down here, it's the opposite in the summer. We're seriously feeling it. Oh man, I agree, David. You don't want to hear my thoughts on our cable company, man. I would cancel cable if Ashley didn't watch a couple TV shows that she absolutely wanted to have on there. I would cancel cable in a heartbeat, man. I would keep internet only and call it a day. I will, boss, for sure. Starbucks E85 is inbound. I don't even want to... I can't hop off. You guys are funny. Starbucks E85 is inbound. Dude, Way, South Carolina. Up to 127 in South Cali. Damn, that's crazy, man. I will say the humidity is not as bad in California, but 127 is insane. That's insane. What about your NBA channel? What's 2 minutes away? What's 2 minutes away? I don't know what's 2 minutes away, Ashley. All right, 905. Yeah, we're going to hop off, man. All right, guys, I'm going to end the live stream right here. I'm going to get to work on this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Let me know real quick if I should do more live streams like this. Let me know right now. We're at 72 likes. Like this. I want to know if I should do more live streams. I got input from David. Let me know if you guys like this format, doing more of this, you know, with the live streams. I got to get this video done, I would say. I got to get to work on this thing. No problem, Manicorn. All right, Aiden likes it. All right, cool, guys. I just want to see. I can do Instagram Live too. The one thing I like about YouTube is that live stream does stay up for the people that follow me on here if they miss it, because I know some people, you know, are either at work or they're out with their family, might not get the live stream immediately, so I like to leave them up. Thank you guys for giving me the feedback on the live stream. Guys, let me know real quick before I hop off. Anybody else? As much feedback as I can get. More live stream. Mount the camera while you're working. Then I'll have like 3 cameras running or 2 cameras running. More streams. YouTube live stream is better. Cool. Yeah, I can do, I'm not stuck in portrait mode if I do. I can do landscape with YouTube Live, which I like a little bit better too. Alright guys, I got enough feedback. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for commenting and letting me know. I will definitely do more live streams in the future. For sure. We'll probably hop back on when we start buttoning this thing back up. We'll probably do it like that. That way I don't have to, I can focus on editing the other stuff. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you very soon.